Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron McKenzie-Lefurgey. I talk an awful lot about Deadpool on this channel, but he's my favorite, so there. And guess what? We're talking about him even more, this time focusing on the more disturbing aspects of him and his life. But heck, you saw the title, you know what the deal is, so let's hop right in. If you finished this and want more, check out our video on Deadpool vs. The Flash next. But first, get ready, it's time for our top 10 disturbing facts about Deadpool. Number 10. He's seen countless dead versions of himself. The Deadpool Kills Deadpool series saw a whole lot of Pool vs. Pool action. The good Deadpool Corps, led by the OG, went up against the evil Deadpool Corps, led by Dreadpool. And as you can probably guess, or remember if you've been watching us for a while, this led to a lot of dead pools. Even Dogpool. Just imagine looking out at a battlefield and seeing not only a bunch of dead bodies, but a bunch of dead bodies that look an awful lot like you. What a nightmare. Number 9. He married Orska. We all know that Deadpool has a pretty disturbing list of lovers, but Orska is definitely up there. After taking out an alien bounty hunter, he came across his widow, Orska, and she looks like this. Yum. In an attempt to calm her down, Deadpool kissed her, only learning after the fact that this kiss was basically a marriage proposal. She accepted, they got married, they went on their honeymoon, yuck yuck yuck, but after, Deadpool found someone else who was in love with Orska and selflessly gave up his new bride. Number 8. He slept with Siren after her baby was absorbed by someone. Yeah, in this fact, the disturbing thing isn't super related to Deadpool, but I think it's really weird and interesting. Wade was totally in love with Teresa Cassidy, aka Siren, but she never let the relationship get too physical. Well, Teresa had a baby with the self-duplicating Jamie Madrox, but it turns out that she had the baby with one of his duplicates. This meant that the moment Madrox touched the baby, it was absorbed back into him, which was understandably distressing for her. So she did what anyone would do in such a horrifying situation. She called up an old flame for a booty call. Kinda messed up, but he took it. Number 7. The movie is banned in China. This might be one of the most disturbing of all the points. Deadpool was one of the 3 American films from 2016 to be banned in China, alongside Ghostbusters and Suicide Squad. Why is this disturbing? Just think about it. China has 1.38 billion people. That's over a billion people who may never see Deadpool, never see him sawing off his own arm, never watch him getting shot in the butthole. It's devastating. Those poor people. Number 6. He was violated by Typhoid Mary. This one has been mentioned before, but it is such a doozy. Deadpool and Mary adventured together for a time, but eventually had a bit of a falling out. Typhoid Mary knew that Deadpool was into Siren, so she used an image inducer to make herself look like Siren and get it on with Wade. When Deadpool found out, he was actually really pissed and stopped trying to help her, which kind of surprised me. I totally get normal people being totally disturbed by that, but Deadpool's so messed up, I would have thought he'd see this as a glass half full situation. Guess he really did love Siren. Not that I blame him, I love a good Irish accent. Number 5. The fact that he has sex at all. Honestly, probably the most disturbing part of any sexual encounter of Deadpool's is the fact that he has sex at all. Most of the women he gets with are absolutely beautiful and talented. They can get pretty much anyone they want, and yet they choose the guy that looks like he had his testicles pulled out his mouth and wrapped around his face. I mean, good for him, and good on them for not being shallow, but I feel like a certain amount of shallowness is understandable. The smells alone. Number 4. He's had another man inside him. No, I'm not saying what you think I'm saying. You may know Madcap, another Healing Factor character. At one point, he and Deadpool ended up being zapped by Thor, becoming a pile of dust on the ground. When Deadpool reformed, Madcap was nowhere to be seen, but Wade suddenly had a second inner voice, and that was Madcap. And if you're disturbed by how they joined together, you might want to brace yourself for how they separated. Number 3. The Madcap Split. When Deadpool realized that Madcap was in his head, he had to get him out ASAP. So he did what anyone else would do, asked Thor and Luke Cage to rip his body in half. Yeah, in a rather gruesome panel, they each grab an arm, Deadpool thinks right, Madcap thinks left, and they manage to split and regenerate into full versions of themselves. Does it make any damn sense at all? No, but it's a comic book. And more than that, it's a Deadpool comic book. So you kinda have to not only suspend disbelief, but expel it completely. Number 2. His cancer isn't gone, it's just being kept at bay. Most people assume that since Deadpool's healing factor heals wounds and disease, that he'd be cured of the cancer. But the thing is, the cancer kinda counteracts the healing factor, which otherwise would regenerate him way too quickly. The cancer's degeneration fights his regeneration, which is why his skin is all messed up. There are times when he's had his healing factor removed and the cancer went with it, but he has such a penchant for danger that he always takes the healing factor back. And this constant cancer is pretty rough because, number 1, he can feel pain. Yeah, A lot of people figure that part of his powers or his insanity is an inability to feel pain. Nope, he feels every slice, every cracked bone, every severed limb, every shot to the bumhole. Not only that, but he can also feel the cancer slowly destroying his cells, with them being constantly regenerated and then killed again. This isn't touched on much in the comics because Wade tends to just ignore the pain like the boss he is, but he feels it. And that, my friends, is disturbing as hell. That's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please smack that thumbs up button and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for more videos. Let me know what other Deadpool videos you'd like to see because I really want to make more. And if you want to check out some sweet playlists, check out our Top 10 alternate versions playlist on the channel. Until next time, I'm Ron McKenzie-Lefurgey with Top 10 Nerd. Later, nerds.